You wake up, Cedric, with a ringing in your ear. You can feel the heat from the lava river that's below. The sulfur, the smell, the stench is so intense. So much pain is coming from your abdomen. You don't know what happened, but you lean forward and you just see this gaping wound coming out of your chest. As you roll over to the side, you place your hand down in soot and ash as you have been fighting your way through this volcano. You look up, and there before you, you see the obelisk shooting up a green light into the sky. Thunderous, dark, fell words echo, unpronounceable, untangible for you to understand. You look forward and you slowly see Zila crawling her way over towards Violet's body lying on the ground. You can hear the screams and the army fighting outside. You look over it and you see that Brahm has been completely ripped apart, or his shell, uncertain of what has taken place. You see Will run with many spears in his side as he's fighting off Fell. It's an overwhelming scene. You see the rest of your friends. There's bodies. You look over and a hand holding a potato lies next to your head. There's blood pouring down over the side. And you see Igor just staring at you wide-eyed, lifeless, as there's nothing there. You sit up, the pain is intense, and you look out, and there you see this woman with brown brunette hair. She's crawling next to Zila. You've never seen her before in your life, but she's crawling, and she grabs something from her arm. As soon as she grabs, you see this massive, dark, shadowy figure. Your face immediately just rises in pain and fear as it starts to reverberate the room. You see it floating on a black crown floating on top of a shadowy head. It turns and looks at you, and its skeletal hand reaches out into the darkness, and you wake up. As soon as you wake up, you notice that you're lying inside one of the rooms inside the governor's mansion. You lean over, and all of a sudden something disappears into your ear. You're waking up in cold sweat. You see mucus and other pus lying on your pillow where your ear was laying. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna look for Igor after it's like, Igor!
Alright, are you just gonna get up and start yelling for Igor?
Yeah,
Alright, roll a perception check, Igor.
I'm gonna clutch that kick.
20, not 20, perfect, good job. Good start. First one of the night, good start. So, as you're lying there, you're suddenly woken up out of your slumber, and you're hearing Cedric just yell out your name, Igor! Igor!
Hello?
Cedric bursts into the room.
Clutching the cat, calling sounds like, Igor, are you okay?
I'm fine, what's going on? I was trying to nap.
I had a dream. No, not a dream. A nightmare. Absolute chaos in a volcano. You were dead. But, no, you're alive now. It was a dream.
Oh my goodness.
No, a nightmare. I'm gonna show Igor the pillow. It's like, this is more than a nightmare.
Did you poop yourself? What happened?
No. Something is in my head.
In your head?
Did you remember what I said to Zor?
Well?
About the voices.
The voices? Oh no, we need to get to Carissa.
Yes, I agree. We need to get to
Alright, so as soon as you stand back up, and all of a sudden you hear this at the door that you kind of burst through, and you see one of the servants goes, excuse me, sir, they're waiting for you in the dining hall. Can you two stepped in, you had a fever through the night, so they decided to let you sleep, and, well, the drunk one can come with us as well, so...
They're potatoes.
What do you two do?
I'm gonna look at Cedric, saying,
Are you okay to come, or do I need to go alone on this?
I will go. I'm gonna turn around and check holy someone pray. It's like, check please watch, or it's like, check please guide us up today, and I'll check the rest of the time. Pray to connect.
So you two start making your way down.
Let's go.
You guys make your way down this expansive hallway. The tapestries, the limestone, all of it just absolutely beautiful. And you finally make your way back into the grand dining room. There at the grand dining room is everybody. They're all sitting there eating, but Carissa is not there. So you see Amrose sitting there and Amir, his wife, they're both present. Amir is just staring blankly at the table. And Amrose goes, "Ah, my friend! Yes, come. Do you need some potion maybe for your head, yeah?"
Some booze, yeah, that sounds good.
I don't think that will help your headache.
That's what you think.
Okay. Well, nevertheless, let's come eat. There is salted pork and eggs, yes. Hmm? You see these two kind of walk in. You notice that Igor rubbing his head, just kind of waking up, and you guys just see that Severick is disheveled and the like, and you two sit down at the table.
Igor, they have potatoes.
Potato! Thank you!
You want them? Severick, are you okay?
I think so. What happened last night?
A lot. It was with
With
you,
you,
with
right?
everybody. I was kind of out for most of it though.
There was a lot of sand.
It's everywhere.
I hate sand.
I've washed myself 3 times and I'm still saying
Is Carissa around?
Carissa probably won't be around much today.
There was something I wanted to talk to her about. Something she should know.
Do you want this back? Your base.
Oh, yes, thank you. I didn't notice it was gone.
Well, I checked in on you in the night. Make sure you didn't turn into one. Didn't have to kill you.
Thanks, Lord.
You're welcome.
After a few moments, the grand door swings open with a loud and you just hear you see Carissa come walking up, and she's in her full armor and the like, and she just comes up to you and she goes, "Today you will rest as I said. I will not be around most of the day. I am honoring my sister. Go out, explore the town and scavenge. See what you can find out. Tomorrow we go into the sewers." And she turns around and she stares at you for a second and then just turns around and walks off.
I'm not going to say anything to her right now. I know it's not the time.
I thought she said this night we go there.
She changed her mind.
She's grieving. We'll let her this week.
Might not be the best time tonight either. Might be another storm coming in.
I don't think we should go underground at all.
Even if I don't tell Chris right now, I'd like to tell the party. I'm like, guys, was I talking about voices?
Yes.
Yesterday in my head. Well, I know it's one, but is everyone else in the loop?
Faint memory of it from between all the chaos, yeah.
Yes, I was stabbed while with the sandstorm. And that fever, I had a nightmare.
What kind of nightmare?
I'm describing the volcano, all the bodies, every bloody detail, even down to Igor's hand.
It was so bad he pooped on his pillow.
Not ears, it's pus and blood out of the ear. Something
Goodness.
Steroids.
something flew
Earrings.
into my ear.
Like what?
Oh, Ren is definitely
Oh, no, it's
interested
like-
in his ear.
Right when I woke up.
Are you getting up and
Oh,
going over there?
I'm looking at her.
I was like, you see Ren get up immediately, and he's like pulling on your ear and staring into it.
Can you describe it?
I didn't see it. It's like the moment I snapped back to consciousness, it just boom, like it right in the head, like in the ear.
Was it painful or anything?
I don't think it was painful, but I did feel like it's, boom, definitely there.
Amrose looks at you and goes, "Our physicians checked on you through the night, yes? They said you have fever from earache. And earache often gives us delusion. Yes? Is that the proper word in the common tongue?
The gaslighting. So no.
So yeah, I'm just delusions.
Can you see the future? Because obviously all your friends are alive. Your story talks as if it was some sort of prophecy, but as you know, being a cleric of Kek, there has not been a new prophecy in over 2,000 years.
This nightmare is so vivid, so real.
Ah, yes.
It's
Our
got me,
dreams and nightmares often are, aren't they?
yes, it's got me worried. Like, what if we do find ourselves in this situation someday, like even years down the road?
Between you and my wife, you're both ill today. Very interesting.
How's your daughter?
She's good. She's healthy, she's strong, and alive because of all of you. And that is why I am forever in your debt. We have spoken to the Grand Bazaar. You guys will get a discount on everything that is there.
How's your wife, Sears? Does she have the stuff?
You're literally sitting right next to her.
Oh. How was your year?
She just stares blankly at her plate. Roll perception check.
13.
So you notice that her skin, her olive skin, is more pale than it would normally be. You notice that she's not touched any food on her plate.
Are you going to eat any of the food that you have there?
She just slides the plate over to you.
No, I wanted you to eat it. I didn't want it.
She just stands up without looking. Excuse me, and turns around and leaves.
If she doesn't want those potatoes, you want to pass them down here? Oh, thank you.
Red, do you think we should check on her? I mean, I'm a healing cleric. Maybe we could do something. And you're an exorcist.
Yes, I would love to examine you and her. May I see you after your wife? Good sir. Scientific curiosity.
Listen, we have great physicians. There's no need, and I won't suggest letting you do it. Just let our physicians take care of you. Yes, they are the best.
If they're the best, then they could teach me, correct? They could teach me their ways, so I would know next time.
Listen, our physicians want people to live, not die.
Bitch.
I'm just saying, he's an exorcist. There are very little people that you will help survive. Yes?
Well, the point is the ones that do survive. Those are the ones that I help.
But aren't they marked with the fellow marking?
You said you owe us everything.
I do, yes.
Let him go with Severin.
Severin, yes, you can help, obviously. I suggested that you let our physicians continue to work on it because normal magic healing will not work in whatever ailment that you are currently. However, my wife, respectfully, I will leave to our physicians.
I understand.
Well, you have the entire city at your disposal today. As it is still one of the harvest moons, I highly suggest that you return to the city by nightfall. So when the fairies return at night, you are not one of the taken. Yes? Fair? Perfect. Just so that you know, due to our sorted past, I will say that we don't allow magic to be used inside the city. However, due to you being ravens, if you need to use it, it's understandable. Just understand that most people here have never even seen magic because most people have never been outside of the walls. Any magic is done here or outside of the walls. Understood?
Understood.
Well, I must attend to my wife. I bid you all a good day, and I will see you for dinner.
What's for dinner?
Potatoes.
We will have some sort of starch, yes. And then we are having a roasted venison.
Ooh, my favorite.
Alrighty. Perfect. Good day. He turns around and walks away.
I'm gonna tug Rin's sleeve. Ren, do you have quill and paper? Parchment?
Always.
Yeah.
I don't have it on me.
Oh.
Didn't really seem like he wanted you guys to take a look at his wife.
I was getting that sort of vibe too.
She's not well at all.
No.
She's turning my skin color.
Does it look like
Very pale.
her condition is like mine?
Roll a perception check.
I suspect something is up. 9.
You can't tell. You know, you can tell that she's definitely under the weather of some kind, but you're uncertain what it is.
We'll do our best not to anger our host. They've been gracious to us, and we can help if it comes to it. But let's not put ourselves out on the street, which could probably have us killed again.
But he also doesn't need to be rude to Ren. That's not okay either.
And I sense secrets. They're keeping secrets.
There's
from
a
us,
lot
and
they're hiding
If
here.
we're to protect this town and help them, it's best that we have more information than less.
Just suggest we all keep our eyes open.
And stay in pairs. Don't be alone.
And keep our ear to the ground.
We're going to the shop soon.
Okay, so you two are going to the shop. You're going to the shop. What are you doing, Brom?
I'd like to investigate a room the guard kept.
A room. Okay. All right.
Well, I suggested that we seek a second opinion from a town's doctor.
Okay, so you guys are going to go out and try to find some healing.
Yeah, just to,
Okay.
someone that's not under the keenest watch.
Zorfir?
Zorfir is going to try to set up maybe somewhere around like the Grand Bazaar's fountain and play some music, sing some music.
Okay.
But with this idea that he's going to, and probably tell some stories. Storytelling is one of his gifts.
Okay.
But with this idea that he's going to try to twist some stories, twist some myths or anything, and try to like get some information from people. Like see
Okay.
if he can learn more about what's going on with Armos and Amir, the history of what's going on, maybe a little more about the Death Cult.
Okay. All right.
That is wrong.
Igor?
Igor's gonna notice everybody is getting up and leaving, and he's just gonna slide out of his chair and start following behind Zur.
Zorfir?
Go outside.
Okay.
Let's go for your fireside.
All right. Ren?
I want to go scare some townspeople. I don't think it's right. These people have not seen magic. Do you guys agree?
Like I said,
We don't want to scare them.
we need to
Well,
respect them still.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I want to educate the townspeople. I can go alone. That's what you guys want.
Yeah, this-
Didn't we
that's
discuss that
exactly
we're
what
not going
Zero said
alone?
not to do.
We can't. We're not learning from our lessons. No one separates by themselves.
Chris said something about working together.
That's my thing, guys. You know this.
Ren, before you hit the streets, would you like to come with me to investigate a room?
I would actually I would actually go with Brom first before I meet up with go to shopping with
Because
him.
we'll need materials.
Because, like, Carissa? Yeah. Carissa said, we work together and we die alone. And
Yeah, I feel like
What's
we
going to happen to
should-
the person going out alone?
please,
Bizarre. I mean, you're going out alone,
Bizarre.
are you not?
To the bazaar?
Igor's with them.
I'm a fighter. I know I'm strong.
I didn't see you. I apologize.
How would you guys feel about meeting back up at the fountain when we're all done?
Yeah.
That way we can get back together as soon as possible.
I'll hang around the fountain. Does that sound okay?
Well,
Behave.
Is that just for him?
You behave too.
Just don't disappear.
Okay, we'll start with the Grand Bazaar group. Okay, so you guys walk out of the mansion, and as soon as you open the door, the bright sun just pilfers its way down on top of you. The sky is blue, and the city is alive, almost as if they were unaware of the treachery that happened just the night before. The sands are gone from the city streets. It's clear. There's no damage or destruction. It's as if something immediately fixed everything inside the city walls. You look out, you guys see out before you this grand bazaar. Canopies and tents everywhere. Vendors of all kinds selling products. What do you guys want to do?
I'm looking for daggers. Are you looking for anything?
I'm just shopping around. So we're going to the blacksmith first.
Yeah. Just walk through and kind of window shop as we're going.
Meander your way through.
Yes.
Alright, so roll a perception check.
11.
Alright, the three of you immediately notice that there are multiple different tents that kind of stick out the most to you. However, what you notice though is there is not a blacksmith anywhere. You notice that there is the Thoughtless Priest Tavern and Inn. There is Agatha's Pet Shop. There is the Alchemy of Isol. There is Descartes' Dry Goods and Supplies. There is the Work of a Tailor. There is Church of Enlightenment. You see another called Pebble's House of Clean. Another one, Maps and More Cartography. And then last, Night Watch Tribal Grounds. Those are the shops that stick out the most. There's other shops like clothing shops and silk. Silk is like very much the most, like it's just very common. Most people in the city are wearing silk because it's one of their biggest trades. Besides glass, which you also see lots of glass makers in and out of the city. There's different food areas and food courts, but the shops that are just listed are the ones that you see that stick out the most. What would you guys like to do?
Do you want to go look at the pet shop?
It's like, we're wondering, that's where I wanted to go.
This is weird, the pet shop.
I'm gonna enlarge.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get eaten.
Okay. As soon as you enlarge and you are now about as tall as Zila, your wings are gone. As soon as you guys open the shop door, the bell rings, ding ding, and all of a sudden you see this fairy fly up. Oh, goody! I have customers. Oh, are you guys part of the saviors?
I guess you could say that.
Ravens, right?
Yes.
What brings you to my shop?
Just window shopping.
Okay. Well, are you interested in pets?
Always.
We have all kinds. We have all kinds of pets. What are you looking for?
Well, we already have a cat. No, you have a cat.
Tripped over the cat. Twice.
I don't know. Do you have anything in mind? You wanted to come here first?
I just like pets.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys kind of, do you want to wander a little bit? Okay. Okay. All right, so you guys kind of start wandering around and you see owls and rats and more cats. There's dogs. You notice that there are multiple different regular animals. Then you see a door in the back. You notice in Elven on the door, it says exotic.
Do you want to go in there?
I want to go there.
Okay.
You walk in, and as soon as you walk in, you just see there are only 3 animals that are inside there. You notice that they are all young animals. One is a tiny owlbear puplet.
From Baldur's Gate.
The other one is a displacer beast cub. And the other one is a baby tiger.
Zila immediately approaches the owlbear and like kneels down in front of it.
Okay, alright, so Emil is just kind of flopping around trying to eat some worms and things like that. And as soon as you kneel down, you notice it hits it with the beak and just shreds the worm in half and starts showing it, just blinking at you with big wide eyes as it's eating.
Oh my goodness, you're so cute.
It's just like when we were kids.
I know.
I'm gonna go over to the tiger
Okay, alright.
and kind of like kneel down and put my hand out for it to like sniff so I can
Right.
pet its head.
It walks over and it kind of smells you and sits down for a second, looks up, animal handling, roll for animal handling.
Ooh, 15.
it immediately jumps onto your lap and it's purring and just kind of rubbing. Yes, tigers purr, and it's rubbing up against you, and you see the fairy comes up. Oh, he really likes you. Because you worked with the Ravens Guild, you guys get a discount.
How much?
For you, 5 gold.
Okay, I'll take it.
Perfect. And the owlbear?
I reach out to see if the owlbear will let me pet it.
Animal handling.
9.
All right, as soon as you reach out, it kind of snaps at you. She's like, sure, Beak. That's what I'm gonna call him. That's great. He's got an attitude. You can't tell.
That's alright, so do I.
Are you a druid?
No.
I won't suggest an owlbear if you're not a druid. Or are you a warlock?
No.
Wizard?
No.
Yeah, owlbear familiar would be good for you. What are you?
Barbarian.
Definitely not. Well, there's our displacer beast. It's kind of pricey though.
How pricey?
Displacer beasts are very, very rare. It's 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
You don't have that.
But be willing to do a trade. I'm trying to find a desert fox. I have a client that is willing to pay lots and lots of money. If you find a desert fox, I will give you the displacer beast for free.
How? Do you know where the desert fox is?
Outside of the city gates in the desert.
We do have a tiger now to keep us company.
Oh yeah. He's gonna be a while before he's full grown, but you know. I mean, unless you know some magic to fully grow, but you might want to bond with it first.
Right.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
We're always up for an adventure.
But this one? We're supposed to be going to the tunnels tomorrow.
That's true. Don't want to get lost just yet.
I think we'll pass under shade for now.
I'll tell you what, the first still stands. If you guys ever make it outside of the city walls, you can find one, come see me.
Will do. Thank you.
Nobody in this town can really afford it anyway. So he's probably gonna be hanging out with me for quite a while. Alright, start with scroll. Alright, so you're sitting there at the table still, and you pull out the stone, you're just kind of rubbing it, and Will Run just kind of leans over, and you're looking at him look at this stone.
Do you think you can do anything for my broken arm here?
I have a few ideas.
I mean, we can.
Depends how much time we have and what we can find.
What do we need? What are you thinking?
Well, if it's gonna happen again, I thought maybe hiding some acid in there, so you could like do damage to those that smash your arm. But we need to get you mobile first before we go to exile.
Yes. What would we need to get it fixed now?
A few struts and a few bolts and maybe some high tensile string.
Well, I mean, we can. You said you want to go look at some runes earlier. You want to go adventure around for a second before you go to the bazaar.
I wanted to take a look and speak to the guard captain first, if we can touch base.
Okay. How would you like to go about that?
Hey, isn't the guard captain taken?
Yep. That's why I asked how you want to go about that.
History check.
I don't remember where he was.
Was he kidnapped? Was he?
I was out for a lot of it yesterday. I don't really remember too much who was there and who wasn't.
It just seemed a little off, and I thought if anyone knows the underbelly of this city, it should be the guard captain.
Agreed.
So if we can find, I'm sure the underbelly of the city uses those sewers for its illicit means. So perhaps he has some hot spots or a map that he could share with us.
I mean, if we can find them, but I can't remember where he is. So maybe we'd ask someone, maybe.
Is there any servants around, or?
I mean, yes, they're kind of crawling all over the palace at some point, so you can literally wander your way through. And...
Yeah, just start asking if anyone's seen.
Okay.
Everion.
So you guys get up from the dinner table, and there's a servant just beyond in the grand hall, just kind of polishing up some things, and she's just kind of quiet and. But you notice that she's different than the rest of the servants. The majority of the servants inside the house are all olive-skinned humans. This one is a pale elf. Very different and out of place.
Excuse me, ma'am.
She startled. She's I will work.
No problem. Just a moment of your time.
Yes.
Well, perhaps a few moments of your time.
I have to get my stuff finished, so please make it quick.
Have you seen the guard captain today? Since last night?
I thought that he was taking.
Oh, that answers our question
And
then.
that's that question. But can I ask, what brings you here?
Who are you?
I'm part of the Ravens.
Oh, and she bows down even farther.
No need.
Not looking at. She's no. If you wish to know more about me, I suggest that you speak to Amros.
Well, you don't need to bow to us at all. We're just here to help.
No, I will not make eye contact with any of the ravens.
Like you guys suddenly turned into Ren.
Well, we mean you no harm. We're just here to help and figure out what's happening. We're not any more special than you are.
Excuse me, I must return to my work. And she immediately just turns back and starts polishing stuff.
That seemed a bit.
Alright.
Yes.
Let's work on one problem at a time.
Let's-
Should we look at your hand?
Let's see what we need to do. Some shopping, I guess, to repair this.
So, to make a hand, you have to have multiple materials. That includes steel, iron, and the like. Where would you like to go to try to find that stuff?
Let's start with the bazaar and wander around and
Okay.
do a lap and see
So
what
you
we
guys head
find.
outside. All right, Star Wars scroll. Athena and Cedric, you both walk outside. You're kind of brightened up by the sun and the blue skies. But Cedric, you feel sicker almost when you step outside. The sun hits and just you're hot and miserable.
My eyes don't like the sun too much.
All right. Cool. So you guys are standing out. You see the Grand Bazaar. You watched Zila and Violet kind of go off into the distance and disappear. What are you two doing?
Like, that was so bright up here.
Let's see. Can't quite do magic yet. I take my shades off. I'm always prepared because the sun in my eyes don't go longer well, and I hand them to you to help me. Since we're distant cousins.
All right. So now you're like, and you're got the shades on. Okay. What are you doing? What are you guys doing?
We're gonna, or you go for it first.
Do I feel any better?
No.
With, like, it's like,
You feel miserable.
When we look out, do we see any form of like symbols that would indicate a medic or any sort of
Roll a perception check.
healing?
15.
Yeah.
As you're kind of staring out and Max is still kind of, or Cedric's still kind of holding his face just a little bit, just trying to get like it's like you have a bad hangover. You can't just look up. You look out and you notice that there are multiple shops within this Grand Bazaar. However, you notice that there are two places of what could appear to be healing houses of worship. One is called the Church of Enlightenment, and the other is Pebble's House of Clean.
So I let Cedric know that and ask for his preference.
I feel like Igor right now.
Igor, you walk up as he says that, and he's like,
That's supposed to mean.
Zorfir's standing there.
Hungover. I think. That's right. Pebble's house.
Pebble's house? Yes.
Alright.
We'll head to the Pebble's house.
All right. You guys start making your way, and you kind of, it takes you a few moments because you're stumbling a little bit. Athena, you're still kind of walking with him and kind of giving him a helping hand. And as you kind of make your way through, you finally come up to the House of Clean, and you can see that there are multiple sigils of Keck all over the house. You see that it's made out of pristine limestone, like bright white. Everything from the door to the windows to the pylons that are standing out front. What do you guys want to do?
This is a nice establishment.
Yeah, I think it's a good sign. I think we should go and
So back, but okay, all right. So you guys walk in the door, and as soon as you walk in the door, this person in this bright white cloth with golden sigils of Keck welcome to you. Greetings. How may I help you?
My Keck holy symbol. I'm showing it's like another worshiper.
Ah, hello. You do not look well.
I am not well.
What is it that you see?
Healing. I was stabbed during. You're aware of what happened yesterday night to Sandstorm.
We heard there was a disturbance, but nothing more.
I'm not. No, you guys do not. I'm disturbing.
That was not
Have
the
you
same
ever-
experience that we had last night.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Have you ever gotten people in here before that are having visions, or have had something into the ear when they wake up?
What do you mean by
fever,
something in
nights.
the ear?
I was having a nightmare, and I'm going to describe the obelisk, the volcano,
Sounds
the
very
lady,
intense.
Igor's arm, and then it's like I woke up. Apparently, I had fever the whole night. As soon as I do, boom, something goes right in my ear, but I don't know what.
I honestly don't know. You could try out many of our pools of healing. There's also the pool of truth. And then in the back, there is the pool of Keck. But I must warn you, only those that are truthfully servant of Keck can step in the pool without suffering something.
I do believe in Keck.
It's more than just a belief. It's a true servanthood. Only the most devout can step into that pool. You may try, but I must warn you, it could be catastrophic.
I'm gonna look at it, like just a private convo, the two of us. I must try to pull off Keck. If I don't, then I will never know. If something
know,
bad
I-
happens, then it means I have failed as a cleric.
You know I can't go with you.
I understand. Do you have any paper or if something happens to me, I want to draw out some of the
Yeah,
strings
yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
I'm drawing the obelisk, Igor's arm, the volcano, everything. It's like it's
You look back and you see this drawing of a hand holding a potato that's just got blood all over it.
if something happens to me, that's what I saw last night
Okay.
during the fever.
And I fold it up and put it in my songbook.
Okay.
I look back at the man in the white robe and it's like, I am ready. I have chosen the pool of Keck.
Let us prepare you first. And all of a sudden you see these horse servants coming out with white gowns on, and they lead you off into another room. They literally strip you down naked, and they're just washing you over and over with different things, and you're just becoming all clean. And within a few moments later, you're just fully dressed in a white robe. And they lead you back out. And you can see that they lead you into a hallway where there's 3 doors. And she looks at you and goes, "Are you sure that this is what you want?"
Yes, if I have failed Keck, then I have failed at life.
Many have said the same thing, but they have never been the same.
I'd like to roll insight. Is this a trap?
Roll on inside.
9.
To you, she looks like she's telling the truth. Like she has nothing hidden, no hidden agenda.
If I don't do this, then I'll doubt my faith. Go forward like it's like, oh, I'm too cowardly to face the deity I've pledged myself to. I will proceed to the pool of Kep.
We cannot go with you beyond this point. And she stands out of the way of the middle door.
I will go in. I'm holding the Kep holy symbol.
Okay. Alright.
Enter the room.
Okay. As soon as you open the door to the room, you're immediately greeted with this overwhelming sense of peace and calm. It's almost like you walked into something euphoric. It's just completely in there. However you look before you, there is a pool of bright blue water. There's a staircase that's leading down into the water. Or you can step onto one of the sides and just bottoms up.
I'm looking at my Kep holy symbol for a moment at the pool. Back at the symbol, it's like, Kek, my lord, I have dedicated my life to you. It is through you that I have become a healer. I have tried my best, but I will accept whatever judgment you deem worthy. I will walk straight into the pool.
Are you sure?
Are you? I'm just standing looking at the pool right now, thinking. Crouch down. Just tap the water with my hands.
Roll a d20. Constitution saving throw.
Also a 9.
As soon as you touch the water, your fingers completely burn off.
Oh gosh. I look at the missing fingers like, I am not worthy. Turn around and walk out.
As soon as you open the door, the woman looks at you and then she looks at your hand and goes, there are very few who can go into that pool. Only those of true sacrifice. Return when you have given your all. And then Kek may accept you.
Thank you.
Might I suggest our pools of healing?
I will go to the pools of healing.
Alright. You're kind of just standing there and you literally see him come out with no fingers. Like it's just a stub. And he's just standing there.
Wish I would have done more to keep you from going in there. That's all I'm thinking.
All right.
I'm thinking that in my head.
Star Wars scroll.
Yeah.
Alright, Igor and Zorfir, you guys are standing on the steps and you guys are looking out at the Grand Bazaar. You can see a fountain in the center, just kind of over there. You notice that the statue on the fountain is not your typical like mermaid or great warrior, but it's a statue of someone going like that.
With a really bad O face, or
No, like it looks like a normal, literally looks like a civilian. You guys suck. It looks like a civilian, and it, like just like an average commoner, and they just look like they're terror.
okay,
Like it's an actual person?
just an outstretched hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look and see if there's any like markings or names or anything on the fountain or
Roll
anything.
perception check.
13.
So you notice that strangely and oddly enough, there are no sigils, no marking, no languages on the fountain or the statue. However, you do notice that there are 2 guards posted on either side, right and left of the fountain.
Okay. Actually, I have been here before, so if I roll history and see if I know anything. Okay. Probably not. I just rolled a 10. So I assume I don't.
You, based off of your knowledge of this commonplace, you know that there has, in the past, those that have broken the city laws have been petrified. However, you weren't aware that they were displaying these petrifications.
Okay, I'll ask the guard then. Good morning.
Yes.
Well, we were going to sit here and play some music, but I was curious. The statue here.
Yes.
Who sculpted this? It seems so lifelike.
Wasn't sculpted, my friend.
Wasn't sculpted.
Yeah.
Who was this?
Some poor bastard who decided to disobey
What did they disobey? Just
the law.
which law?
It doesn't matter which one.
Oh, I mean, I just need a refresher. Like, I definitely. I mean, we're new. We're visitors. Any specific laws that we definitely need to know about? Like no wandering minstrels play in front of fountains.
All you ravens are the same. Cocky. Think you can come in and rule the town.
Thank you.
Me and my mate should rough you two up just for losing our captain. Couldn't save them, could you, the mighty ravens?
He saved many people, including your ruler's daughter.
Show off. Play your tunes. I'm done talking.
Okay.
What a prick you guys. You wanna fight?
No.
They're not each other.
Oh. No.
No. Well, I'm bored. I'm gonna find a drink. You wanna come or are you gonna hang here?
Are there people wandering around this area?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
packed. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stay here. I think I'll start with a song to kind of gather some people.
Okay. All right. Roll a performance check.
I think 16.
All right. And what's the song?
Actually, it's the first one that comes to mind with us being around like sand and stuff. So I play a song about kind of like it's a little bit of a story of losing love. It starts with "You're like sand slipping through my fingers. The tighter I hold, the more you slip away. And all our time together spent collapsing. And in all that time, is there nothing you could say?"
Perfect. So you start kind of singing out, and multiple people kind of start gathering and listening. What do you guys want to do? Like you're performing, you're singing this. What are you doing?
I went into the tavern, and I'm getting a drink.
All right. So you walk into the tavern. So you make your way into the Thoughtless Priest's Tavern and Inn. As soon as you walk in, you notice that it is empty. There's not a single soul inside this bar. You see barkeep up there, and he's just kind of wiping down the table. You see barmaids sweeping the floor. What do you want to do?
Igor's gonna walk in and look around, look at him, go.
What's the deal here? You closed at the Dirty Priest Tavern?
No, mate. We're open. What would you like?
Just give me a pint of your best.
Oh, sorry, our bar's closed until sundown, yeah?
What?
Our bar's closed till sundown.
What? That's not. No.
We're not allowed to serve drinks here.
Where
Until
does the
Sunday.
fella get a drink then?
Not here in Arsenal. We're not allowed to have alcohol. Love, like, listen, we're not allowed to have alcohol during the day. Oh, you're one of those ravens, yeah?
I'm sorry, I'm still in shock.
Yeah, we can't have alcohol during the day.
Will I be in trouble if I have it?
Well, have you ventured around the city much, yeah?
No, I've been in a palace. I've been in a sandstorm. Alcohol gets me through it.
Well, if you kind of wander around and you see the nice character statues wandering around, well, this is what happens when you don't pay, when you don't follow the law, eh? And granted, I don't think that the governor would turn you necessarily into stone, but he might do it to me, giving you the alcohol, huh? Would you see that fair?
You mean the guy with the weird O-face, the governor, that
I would say more the city council. I don't think Ambrose has any magical ability, yeah?
guy? I don't think, yeah, that was really about his wife.
What's wrong with his wife?
Rin will handle it, don't worry.
What does that mean?
Second question. If I, he reaches in and pulls out a flask. If you didn't give it, you can't get in trouble, right?
How would you get it?
I'm holding a flask and just starts going. Don't worry about it. He just walks out.
Well, good day. If you want some food, we got it.
I'm good. And
All
he's
right.
just taking the flask.
All right. You walk out, and Zervier is finishing up his song. All right. You finish up your song. You have about 5 people in front of you.
I just kind of start a dialogue. Start talking about how, just being here in the desert with all the sand of ice old, and it's kind of makes me think about such things like love and losing things. And there was a great sandstorm last night. Did anyone see anything there, or just stay inside, stay safe?
One of these guys who kind of old and he goes, "Oh, just a wind, yeah."
Yeah, pretty good wind. But you were inside. Everyone was safe.
I was sleeping.
It's good. You ever experienced anything like the song, like kind of losing that love of your life?
Oh, yeah, man. I definitely have lost my love of my life. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What happened?
Oh, I was castrated.
Mm.
Well, I got one dog left, but
I mean, that's
missing part of my sticks and berries, if you know what I mean.
really. That's almost seems like I could make a story or a song out of that.
What do you call it? One-eyed Jack or something?
I was thinking mixed berries or something.
Well, that's a mixed bag, ain't it?
I'm interested in like what's going on here in the bazaar. Like, what are some of the great things that I might be looking for,
Oh, this is a great bizarre vessel.
or I might miss if I don't keep my eyes open?
What do you mean? Like, there's old shops, and there's...
Yeah, but what are the good ones?
Well, you got Agatha's pet shop back there. You got Pebbles House of Cleaning. Those folks in there a little weird. My mate went in there one time and came out missing a leg. He said he was in the healing pools. I don't know if it really healed him. Maybe it did. They said he had an infection in his leg, so the healing pool took his leg. So, you know.
I have a friend that had an infection in their ear. Maybe they should put their ear in there.
I won't recommend it, yeah?
Yeah.
I would just go see one of the normal physicians at the palace.
Have you tried about putting your...
Listen, mate. That's how I lost it.
You yours in the pool?
I got an itch down there, and they said it would take care of the itch. It did, but then I saw my sausage floating in the water.
I'll pick my loot up. Dip my junk in the pool.
Okay.
Kind of felt like a fool.
Well, anyway, those are the kind of places you go around here. You've got alchemy shop. You just roll there. You have a tailor shop if you're looking for certain clothes.
Please.
Huh?
Oh, nothing.
Oh. You know, map. And then there's the night watch.
What's the night watch?
You know, I've never been allowed to let in there, so I don't know necessarily.
Really?
I've been in ISIL for about 5 years. Obviously, I don't look at it like any of the brownies around here yet. But,
Been here for 5 years.
yeah. Yeah, I came from Winter Mist. I was a bit of a thief and, well, you know, played around with the ladies. And King Rose decided to send me here.
Hey, but at least you're not a statue, right? So.
I wish I was, at least part of me, eh?
Well, you have any special requests? I'll play something. I kind of put a cup out or something, play some songs for.
All right.
Point.
Igor, what are you doing?
Igor's just kind of swaying. He's spilling the drink. He walks up and hears him strumming about the mingling in the waters, and he just slowly backs away.
I don't want my dingling touched my hip right now.
He just kind of starts wandering around, looking at all the people and all the places.
Okay. All right. So where are you going? Where are you heading?
Go where all the bright colors are.
Okay. All right. As you kind of make your way over there, you see a shop that is definitely just mostly a tent, and it's more like a canopy tent. You look inside that it's in a circle, and you see multiple flasks, glass flasks sitting around this tent, and you see this guy just kind of frivolously working away, and he's just got this pointed hat on top of him. He's covered in dirt, long beard, and he's just sitting in there inside this circle, just kind of working away.
I want to approach him.
Okay. What do you say?
You look like my kind of people. What you working on in here?
Oh, excuse me. He starts. I have a. Yes. Welcome to my alchemy shop. How can I help you? What do you need? Do you need somebody your stature? Do you need some enlargement stuff, or do you need potions of healing, potions of resurrection? Do you need poison? Do you need acid? What do you need?
A drink after that.
I mean, I can make you a drink, but it will definitely have some sort of side effect to it.
Why not?
What kind of side effect do you want?
I don't really know yet. I've kind of just been wandering around, dealing with some craziness, meeting these people. They're kind of cool, but also kind of bitchy. Can I hang out with you for just a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
I haven't had much company these days.
I'd like to learn how to make a potion if that's okay with you.
Oh man, that's like years of training. You have any magical ability?
Yes.
Okay. So I have to do my magic after dark because the governor's kind of weird about the public seeing me do it. If you come back later, I can show you. But if you want to hang out right now,
I'll come back.
And then he kind of looks at the flasks one more time.
You sure I don't have booze in it?
I can definitely make some alcohol, but not right now. I don't want to look like that person over there. You turn around and you see this woman going, and she's frozen in statue form.
Can you make a booze with potatoes?
Yeah. Fermented potato? Absolutely.
I like you. I'll be back.
I like you. I met my first friend. Alright, so you want her back. Alright, Star Wars scroll. Red.
I'm actually meandering around, so I've kind of observed. I've observed Prox's song, and I've kind of seen Igor kind of going through the bar and through the thing, and I'm just kind of like walking around, and as he's singing, I kind of want to look at who's around, and I'm looking for any religious symbols that isn't Keck. I'm looking for if I see any other kind of spiritual symbols at all, like in the town.
Alright, roll perception, or roll investigation check.
15.
You notice that you right just adjacent on the other side of the Pebbles House of Cleaning, you see a small church. You notice that the church doesn't have any Keck symbols on it. However, it has a symbol of the sun. And you can see that on common tongue it says Church of Enlightenment. Alright.
I would like to go knock on the door.
Alright, so you walk up and you knock on the door. Like it's like heavy. It looks odd because on the outside it looks very small. But when you knock, the echo just seems like it's a massive sanctuary. The door swings open, and this woman comes out. Roll a charisma saving throw.
Jesus. That's a 5.
Alright, as soon as she opened the door, you are immediately smitten. Like, she's just the most beautiful thing that you have ever seen in your entire life. And she goes, oh, hi. Welcome to the Church of Enlightenment. How can I help you?
And I am really sweaty at this point. Like, it is like really I'm like, hello. Hi, what's your name?
My name? My name is Rose. What is your name?
Ren? Ren. Yes,
Are
Ren.
you sure?
Yes, Ren von Hasselhoff.
That is an interesting name. Where's it from?
I don't. It's not here. It's from.
I mean, obviously, your kind wouldn't necessarily come this far south of the normal.
My kind.
Yeah, you're a raven, right?
Oh, and then I cast. I want to cast when she says that thaumaturgy, and I make like a really loud raven.
She kind of startles back. Oh, wow.
Yes, raven.
That was abrupt. Okay.
Not me.
Well,
I'm just a little excited here.
What brings you to my doorstep?
Well, what is, see this symbol here? So I see this is Keck, and this is Keck, and I have this guy that, he kind of hangs out with us, and he's like, Keck, Keck, Keck. And I was wondering if there was anything else around here. I'm like, what the Keck? So,
to be honest with you, we're a Church of Seraphina.
Seraphina,
Yeah, she was one of the 8 archangels that died during the Eternity Wars. Gave her life to close the Arden Void.
Yeah.
Do you know the story?
I know a little. Beautiful name, though. Not as beautiful as yours, though, of course.
All right, roll a persuasion check.
19.
She's immediately gets rosy cheeks and she's flattered when you say that.
Oh, thank you. Could you explain more? You see, I am kind of a historian for religious matters, and I have a big interest, and then also I've just learned the more that you surround yourself with, the more you can help people in the end.
Well, we offer religious service here to people that feel like they need a new connection with the Ancient One.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I would. Are you going to tell me a story? Like a religious story or something?
I'm not much of a preacher, if that's what you're asking. We just offer services inside of our temple.
What kind of service?
Well, what are you looking for?
The knowledge, and also I just want to know Seraphina better. I want to know religions better, and I'd like to really know you better. To be honest with you.
She says, well, I can tell you a little bit about Seraphina if you'd like to just come in and we can walk the temple.
I would. Can I look around, and if I see any of my other ravens or any of them close by?
Okay, all right. So as you kind of turn around and you look, and you see Zofir kind of playing guitar still, and more people are starting to gather, and you kind of see Igor walking back to the fountain from a tent. You don't see any of the other ones that are out here.
So I know it's wrong, but I am going to cast Thaumaturgy one more time and yell, Igor!
All of a sudden you just hear, Igor! And everybody in the market just stops and turns.
I'm going in here!
What's in there?
I'm going to find out!
Do you need assistance?
So, excuse me, Ren?
Rin.
She's only like 10 feet away. I have to yell at everybody in the market, but you're kind of freaking being loud.
Oh. I'm going in here.
Do you mind if I come here?
You can if you're interested.
We're looks at the lady.
I don't know that, right?
I just want you to know what I meant. Just in why are you looking at me?
Why are you so sweaty?
I go through the door.
All right. The woman looks at you and she just kind of moves her blonde hair and goes, then just walks inside. As soon as you walk in, all of a sudden you are really confused, but at the same time in awe. It is a massive temple inside. You see multiple pillars on both sides, tapestries draped. You notice marble flooring with golden inlay. And at the very far end, about 1,000 feet down, you see a huge, massive statue of an angel holding up a sword.
Wow, it's bigger on the inside.
Inside. As soon as you said that, it just goes.
Is that her?
Yes, that is Lady Seraphina.
She's really big.
I mean, most angels are, wouldn't you agree?
I've never really met one. I've always wanted to.
Yeah, neither have I.
But you worship them.
I serve them. I worship more of the Ancient One.
You serve them. Like they tell you to serve them.
I've never really heard a voice. I was just told that this is what I do. My family's done it for generations.
You had not a choice.
No.
Did you ever want the choice?
I wasn't necessarily forced, just told.
I got you.
What is it that we can bestow knowledge on you about?
So, in my line of work, I've found that certain religious symbols and certain religious information comes in quite handy when taking on things of other realms, things who are here to hurt others. And I just am a collector of sort. So any kind of knowledge that I can gather from any religion, I'm going to use it.
Well, and she walks over and she waves her hand and this portal opens and she reaches in and you can see a bookshelf just on the other side of the portal and she grabs a book and walks over and hands it to you. This is the Tale of Seraphina. Third in command of the Ancient One, just underneath Keck. In fact, they were siblings.
This is beautiful binding here.
Well, I don't know if beautiful is the right word. It was made out of the flesh of the fell.
I knew I recognized the text.
You've seen a fell.
Have seen it.
How?
I'm a lot older than I look.
They haven't seen a fell in over 2,000 years. How is this possible?
I'm a lot older.
She just kind of looks at you funny. Star Wars roll. All right. You two, you're standing in the shop. You're giving the fairy your gold. Now remember, Kenny does it, folks. And this beautiful boy is yours.
I'll be on the lookout.
Have a great day. Toodaloo. All right, you guys turn and walk out. All right, as soon as you walk out, all of a sudden your music, you just hear Zorfir going, and my balls fell off.
What on earth?
I don't even want to know.
There's like a crowd gathering, like he's killing it. Like his performance is just, and you literally, you look over and you see Igor just putting his flask back in his jacket, just sitting there next to Zorfir.
They're always up to no good.
I don't even want to know.
So what are you naming your friend?
I haven't decided yet. I'll think about it. We'll come up with the name later.
Perhaps we should get it a leash of some sort? Or it's gonna run away from you.
That's true, and I'm like struggling to hold this
It's a
tiger.
big cub. It's like, you know.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. And then maybe go to the alchemist as well.
Yeah.
So, we'll go to the tailor first.
The tailor first, okay. All right.
To see Yeah.
All right. So you guys head to the tailor, which is the blue tent. Way over there, you kind of walk in. Oh, welcome to my tent. Yes. What can I do for you?
I need a collar and a leash for this.
I remember you will be big one day, yes?
Yes.
Perfect. What do you want it made of? Do you want it made of leather, silk, spikes?
Leather, right? Like that'd probably be best.
Oh, no, okay. Well, can you hold him and let me? He pulls out this like measuring tape. He's, I am this one. I'm really brave. Don't worry. And he kind of puts his. Who did he? We should probably give it some room. Yeah, he could probably tiger's necks and. He goes over, flips through a book. Yes, 60 inches around the neck.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, he goes over and starts working, and he's just working away. What do you guys want to do? It's gonna take a minute.
Are you looking for anything else?
Maybe a new bag. So I started just looking around at what they've got
Alright.
in the shop.
Okay, so you find a lot of fine linen, fine silk in there. You even find some leather armor that's in there, and then you come across different satchels. There's even feminine bags inside there, so you find multiple stuff. What are you looking for?
Just like a leather backpack of some sort.
Okay, all right. Roll a investigation check. 5. You find your eyes just immediately catch a small leather satchel just hanging there, next to like this huge backpack. But you're just like, this is it. Do you want it?
Yes.
All right. So you go up, you grab it, and you take it over to Zasper. And what do you say?
How much for this one?
Oh no. Well, this is kind of embarrassing, yeah? For ravens, it's free.
Alright then.
Listen, I know that most of the city do not know what happened last night, but I was one of the people in the set.
Oh, goodness. Are you okay?
Yes. Thankfully, your, friend, he rescued me. Yes. So, for ravens, free. Yes?
Thank you very
You
much.
take whatever you like.
I just want the collar and leash. That's all I need right now.
Perfect. Bag's all yours. That bag will carry everything. Forever. It, just don't go in it yourself. You might lose some air.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
Thank you.
And he starts going back to work. All right. Star Scroll.
Looking for materials and still hard looking for maps, potentially.
Okay. So you guys out in the Grand Bazaar?
Yes.
All right. So you're out in the Grand Bazaar. Roll a perception check, both of you.
17.
12.
All right, you both notice that there is a store called Deckard's Dry Goods and Supplies, and then another store called Maps and More Cartography.
It's like the general shop over there might have some of our materials for the.
It's definitely worth a lot.
Yeah, better than nowhere. With no, I mean, don't really see a blacksmith or really anything.
It's weird, really.
It's a bit strange.
In this size of a city?
I mean, things aren't. I mean, I don't know. The things seem a bit weird already. So maybe it's not weird for them, but I guess let's just not question it too much just yet. But let's try to find. Let's try to get me back up and running.
Yes.
I can't do too much with just Lefty here. You know.
Some people.
I'm naturally right,
I know you're
right-handed, but obviously, and you see the little nubs going around.
Let's get you fully able. So Becker's dry goods.
All right, so you walk over and you walk into Decker's Dry Goods, which is the other blue tent on that side right over there. All right, you guys make your way inside, and as soon as you walk inside, the door swings open with a ring, and you walk in, and you're like, Brom, you're just like in heaven. Literally, this guy walks up. I am Deckard.
Deckard.
How can I help you? And you see it's an automaton. So,
Oh, I'm gonna have fun here. I need to fix this, and I shake out the bag of just disintegrated pieces of arm.
that is futile. Stands back up. Come over here. Follow me. And he just kind of hovers his way over there. And he reaches down, lifts open a desk. And you look inside, and literally, it's a thing full of arms.
That makes things.
Well, you're the smart one with all the arms here.
Well, let's see what these all do.
Do any of these have some sort of natural defense? I think we're talking about poison of anything by chance.
Poison?
Yes.
What are you seeking?
Something for if someone grabs the arm or attempts to attack it, they would also be hurt.
So you mean a defense mechanism?
Yeah.
Yes. Or
He bends over, and his arms just kind of extend into it. And he's just digging down, like he's going deep. Like it looks like you're staring at it because it's like he has to be going past the floor, and you're just like, what the heck? And all of a sudden, he starts pulling his arms back up and gets stuck. Son of a bitch. And he just and pulls his arm out and he's flailing. A couple arms fall to the floor. This arm may work. It was touched by wizard with sigil. Ability gives you shield.
all right.
Definitely be useful.
Yeah. Do you have any other? What do you have any other? What else can the other arms do? Anything really cool? Anything?
What
that
are
might-
you seeking?
Maybe
Offensive?
offensive. Maybe if someone's running at me, something to push people away.
Are you wanting two arms mechanical? Because I can surgically remove other ones in large blade comes out.
Just the one.
I like where you're going, but let's go with one for more.
Yes. Just for.
Trust me, it is more fun being like me.
Well, I may. If I lose this one, then I'll come to you.
I look forward to it.
Can we trust him?
Seems legit. I mean, he's got all this. Why else would he?
Okay, I just need to make sure you're not gonna try to take my arm, right?
I mean, I'm sure I could come up with a few ideas talking to Deckard, but let's wait until it falls off naturally.
Cool. Yeah, let's just let's stick with this one for now. How much do we owe you for the arm?
You do favor.
I can do a favor.
Potentially, yeah.
I am out of iron ore. Need more. Found inside desert. Located by Old Tower, 50 miles south. I will give this to you now. But promise and oath return ore.
You have my word.
Oath. And he holds out his hand and this sigil lights up.
Let's keep this open-ended. We can't guarantee when we'll be able. Our duties as ravens may take us.
That
Into
is
the desert.
okay. Oath just means when you find ore, you return it to me. There is no time frame.
I think we can.
We can swing that. I'll hold my left hand out then.
Put your hand into mine. And as soon as you touch it, all of a sudden it just burns, and his hand clamps down, and it almost feels like your hand is just. All of a sudden, you just see Will run, and you just start screaming, and let go. And you just have this brand on your hand.
Well,
In for Penny.
yeah.
Remember, if it gets infected, I can remove it.
I appreciate
No,
the
wait.
thought, Deckard, but we'll cross that path if we need to.
Do you require anything?
I mean,
I need to see him like scanning you over.
I could go hog wild in here and spend some money, but
You are not robot.
no. But I might be building one.
Perfect. And it's just staring at you, obviously, but just weird.
Do you have a what?
Do I have a wife? Are you suggesting that you pay for things by sleeping with my significant other?
No, but I might be able to mend some things for them.
My wife is not broken. What do you need to mend?
You might have some sentimental things lying around that you can't fix or need repairing.
His hands just turned into a bunch of tools. He's like, I take care of myself. Keep wife happy.
Happy wife, happy life.
Just make sure you use protection with those tools.
And he just walks away. Alright, Star Wars scroll. You're standing outside and with the lady, and she's like, do you not require cleaning?
I require a smoke. Is there any smoking in this facility?
No. None.
So I empty out my cigarette and I put it in my cheek.
Thank you.
I'm just here for my friend, trying to see that he gets the proper help and health.
Do you know what your Raven Guild was sent you for?
To protect the city.
It is in need of much protection, both from without and from within.
Would you say the dangers are more from without or from within the city that we need to be aware of?
I think a good mixture of both. But there are rumors. Strange shadows have been seen wandering the desert. And just the other day, a strange, almost like meteorite flew from the north, crashing into the south of Isol. None of us wander that far, of course, because great dangers lie inside the desert.
Do you feel that these dangers more live at night or are they throughout the day as well when the sun is high?
As Keck has said in the letters that he has written, darkness is where evil grows. But we must stay vigilant to ensure that the past does not repeat itself and the Death King does not return.
Do you happen to have any knowledge of previous ravens that have come to protect? We've heard that many lives have been lost in this town.
We do know that one of your predecessors, just recently, they headed into the desert and most of them did not return.
But someone
In
did
fact,
return?
The ones that came with you last night. It's the first we've seen from them in 8 months. But we assume they are in the palace, yes, resting from their wounds and healthy. That is good. That is good. You're standing again, but this time the water's gold. Same almost setup, but completely gold.
I'm gonna dip just the hand in.
As you dip the hand in, immediately you find yourself, it just like a flash, you're standing in this black expanse. and a single white light has beamed down on you. What do you want to
Move
do?
around, like, I'm gonna start by looking at my hand. Do I
Your
see
body is
anything?
completely restored as you're standing in this light.
What?
All of a sudden, you hear this vibration as if something just fell. And you hear, and then you see in the darkness in front of you, a sword lights up in flames. Wings expand out into the light, and you just see this powerful being with golden eyes just come straight up at you and brings the sword up and just drops it right before your face. What is your oath?
My oath, I am a healer. I restore people that were injured. I'm sworn to protect all innocent people. Doesn't matter your background or who you are.
All of a sudden you just feel
Everyone.
its hand around your neck and it pulls the sword back. Who do you serve?
My oath is to Keck.
A divided heart will not serve me. And you immediately realize it's Keck holding you.
Keck, it's you.
And he starts to squeeze. There's blackness in your veins. Your heritage is impure. How can you be a cleric of mine? And he just throws you to the ground. You tried to dip yourself into my waters. Petty fool. And he starts circling around. You feel his wings. Like you're just overwhelmed by this immense power. What do you want to say?
I have no words. What happened? I'm just sitting and looking at him in awe, like also shock. That feeling of failure. I look at him and I say nothing. I don't think there's anything I can say.
What do you want?
I want to protect this world, but I also want to be a part of it. I want to have friends. I want.
All of a sudden, you
not
just
to
feel
have-
the slash hit right across your back. The burn, you feel it sink into your flesh. And he pulls up, and he just yells, "You want to save your own life over others?"
No.
And he kicks you to the ground. Then what do you want?
One day I want to not have to fight.
It's always about you, isn't it?
No.
In pure blood.
Keck, if I'm serving you wrong, how can I make myself better?
He
for
grabs the
everyone?
front of your armor and just kind of lifts you up like you're just a rag doll. Your feet dangling. He's 10 feet tall. Your feet just dangling. And he looks at you and goes, "Only a sacrifice will do. Yours. There's a murderer among you. Find them.
I'm a Firebrand.
Kill them. Bring their heart to the pool." And he just tosses you down. And you will be free from the monster within. And all of a sudden you wake up. You're inside the water and you're just floating there. You look and your hand is completely healed. But then you hear the voices. And you kind of cringe down and you realize that the beast within you is not gone. And you hear a voice. "Free them, and I will free you." And then that's it. You're standing in the pool by yourself.
What? I'm in shock.
Mhm.
Just standing there, it's like looking at my hand. Take the Keck voice and blow off my lips. Maybe I am selfish. Maybe I'm selfish. Maybe I have failed. I don't know. So, put it back on. It's like I will deal with this in time. For now, I'm going to go back to Athena.
All right. You get up out of the pool, you walk out, and you see him walk out. His hand is back. And the woman looks at you and goes, "You saw him, didn't you?
I did.
Whatever he told you, you must do before the end of the harvest. If you don't do it, the waters will consume you. Do you understand?
I understand.
You know the harvest is in 6 months. Alright, Star Scroll. Zorfir, you're just slamming away, and Igor, you're getting kind of buzzing there.
Every time he says testicles, you get a little
Testicles.
And the chorus is just testicles, testicles, down to one testicle.
Alright, there's a pretty big crowd gathered now, standing in front of you. What are you gonna do?
I think being a song about losing testicles, I need to end on an extremely high note.
You end your performance, and the crowd is all, yay! They're all clapping and cheering.
And I'll say, all the praise should go to this gentleman who,
You turn around and he's gone.
oh, the mysterious man with only one ball. Let's see if we have any coin, any tips that we've favored.
You've gotten 2 gold pieces.
Ned was mentioning something about the night watch. And doesn't know what's going on there. He's never been there. You want to see if we can find out anything?
Igor takes the last swing and splashes it and puts it back in the sleeve.
I'm down for an adventure, but I gotta be back at the alchemy when it looks a little bit sunset.
And what's up with the sun?
It's 3 o'clock.
I think we have time.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, we're gonna go to the night watch.
Alright, there's a long building over here. Alright, you walk up and you just see that it literally says Night Watch Travel Grounds across it. The windows are all shuttered and the door is closed.
Okay.
Nobody's going in or out of the building.
I think we should not, right?
I mean, if they're watching the night, it's pretty sunshiny.
Right then.
Let's go.
No response.
What if we tried to jiggle the handle?
Okay.
Jiggle.
Alright, it's locked.
Yeah.
I think we should try the back door.
Alright, so we're gonna go around to the back.
Alright, so you guys make your way around the back. You notice that there is a back door and 2 windows sitting in the back.
You wanna knock or go straight in for the jiggle?
I guess we go straight into the jiggle.
You grab the door handle and it doesn't open.
That's the most important.
I'll knock on the back door with my whole fist.
Alright, you knock as loud as you possibly can handle. And about 15 minutes go by and there's still no answer.
Should we try again at night and watch?
Night watch. We'll head back to the center of the bazaar.
Okay. Alright. As you head back towards the center of the bazaar, you see Violet and Zila walking out of the work of the tailor shop, and they're coming out, and you see Violet full grown, which you guys have never seen. You see her huge, and she's holding a tiger in her arms, and you just see Zila kind of sticking her hand in the bag and then pulling it out. Like,
Did that tiger help you grow up?
No, I just bought it.
Oh.
Look how cute he
I
is.
thought it was like some kind of like magical tiger, and maybe if I held it, I'd become a real cat.
I mean, you can try. He's like
Sure.
heavy.
I like the I like the cats. Okay.
Just gets full.
Does he get an advantage because he is a cat?
15.
alright. So he just, you can tell he's nervous as you're holding it. So it's just looking at you as you're like handing him, and he just holds, and you're just holding the cat, and then it starts smelling. You know, but it doesn't really have a negative reaction or a positive one. It's just in your arms. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Do I grow bigger?
No. Sorry.
I hand the tiger back to Violet. No luck.
Thank you.
Igor's gonna approach Sela with the bag and kind of glancing.
What's in there?
Everything.
You got the tiger in the bag.
We are not putting this precious baby in that bag.
Yeah, I get in the bag?
I was warned not to do that.
You were warned not to do that.
Correct.
Feel
You
like
lose
your
air.
voice is low.
Probably is not a good idea.
Okay.
But much like the tiger, you can always try.
That's true.
Do you want to try?
I mean, if you stick your hand in there, does your arm come back with like no hair on it?
It's been alright.
Put my paw in there.
Alright. You just stick in. You're reaching and reaching, trying to find the bottom of this bag, and you're just reaching. And you're just,
Like pawing.
and you feel nothing, but like your arm is way past the expanse of this bag.
Okay. You hold my feet.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna let Igor hold my feet as I like reach into the bag and then stick my
This is
my head into the bag.
All right. So you start leaning into the bag. You two come walking out of the Decker's Dragons, and you literally just see half. Zila's holding open the bag. You see half of Zorfir in the bag, and literally Igor's holding on his tail, like just praying. And
You're rocking the door.
you literally just see Violet going, "Pretty kitty, pretty kitty." You're like.
From the inside, I'm like, does the bag have a door?
Yeah, as you're kind of peering in, all you start seeing is just like expanse, like stars and just expanse. You're just kind of floating there.
What's it like in there?
And they can hear me from outside?
Yeah, as soon as you hear kind of like a booming. What's in there?
It just goes on forever, like stars. So pretty.
What the hell's is happening here?
That's probably
Zila,
not a
you of
good
all people
idea.
doing this?
It's a never-ending bag.
What if he falls in?
It's not my problem.
I got his tail.
He wanted to try it. I was told not to, so somebody had to.
You have the gnome holding the tail?
That was his choice.
And like as he's talking to you, see he's waving his arm at you, like his big arm. What are you doing?
Also, nice arm.
Oh, thank you. But first, get him out of there.
You two come walking up as you see this happening, and they're just like, Violet's just like, pretty cute. She's not paying attention at all. She's here holding this baby cub. You're also like, Violet is big. Like she's like 5'8" now, and you're just like, wow. All right, and you're kind of just all of the thoughts and emotions that you're feeling fade for a moment as you're just staring as you see Zorfir's backhand hanging out of the small, tiny bag. And you see Igor just flipping his tail, like...
Back door, back door.
What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna walk into. All right, Zor, you got enough. Just pull him straight out.
All right, all of a sudden you just feel the tug.
Bad kitty.
That was fun.
Bag. They got this bag and like opens up into.
What if he got hurt? What if he falls in?
What you been paying
We
attention?
don't.
Oh, that's true.
We can't lose you.
But it was fun.
Did you find anything cool in there?
There's all kinds of cool stuff in there.
Oh, yeah.
You should check it out.
I'm gonna peek in.
I just hold it back up and on it.
Here we go.
Not going in, just peeking.
Alright, you just look in and you just see the opening of the bag.
Inside there's stars.
I
You kind of
will,
have to put your whole head in there.
I will take your word for it.
What if I'm right?
Roll insight check on it.
Alright.
Curiosity killed the cat.
8.
You can't tell if he's telling the truth or if he's lying to you.
Standard Zorfear.
Huh?
Standard Zorfear.
Yeah.
I think we should get like a little bed and put it in there.
I was told it could hold everything.
But can you find it after you put it
Yes.
That I don't know yet.
Yeah, maybe if you close it, there's a problem. So maybe if I had a rope, tied it
know,
around
right?
my waist, went in, and you had the rope tied to something else outside, I'd be fine.
I mean, we wouldn't know if
I
the
was told not to move in.
we wouldn't know if the cat's dead or alive. It seems like some sort of conundrum, you know.
Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah, I love it. Yay, science jokes.
What do you guys want to do?
Will run. I got a tiger.
Oh my god.
Guys, where's Ren?
That's a fantastic question.
Igor was keeping an eye on him.
He maybe getting his back door checked, if you know what I mean.
There's a lot of that going around today.
I saw him, he was yelling at me, even though I was right in front of him. He was going in a building with a very sexy lady. Don't
What's a back
remember
door
his
check?
name.
Alright. You see Igor points towards the Church of Enlightenment Star Wars scroll. Ren, you're standing there flipping through the book and... So I'm curious, if you've been alive so long, and the stories you must tell, that you must know.
I don't remember everything. Just pieces.
I've heard of your kind.
I remember my grandfather mostly. I hear him sometimes. He tells me about the silver flame. Are you aware of the silver flame? Much like you, I had a family who told me to believe. I never really thought I had the choice as well. But can I be completely honest with you? I really just came in here looking for supplies like holy water and ritual candles, really anything that I could use for my practices. I don't know if I truly believe, but as long as the people that I'm exercising do, then I thought there was no harm in it as long as I'm helping them.
The exorcist life is a lonely one, yes.
I have a tendency to push people away, I can't lie.
You said you seek knowledge. Have you heard of the Ritori?
I don't believe I remember.
What do you remember from your reawakening?
I remember just confusion, and I remember waking up and I was in tattered clothes and I was in a town that I didn't remember at all, and it was darkness, and I could see shadows out of the corner of my eye, like they were just staring at me, and they were laughing at me. I was confused. I jumped up and I ran, but it was like I hadn't ever walked before, so I kept falling, and I had scratches all over me, and when I got outside of this town. I was in these woods, and it was almost like I felt a little better. My head cleared a little. But I don't really remember much from that. But every now and then, things will come in. So I hear my grandfather sometimes. He tells me, don't give up. He tells me it's all worth it in the end, as long as you're helping people, as long as you're hurting them.
The Retori were all once dead persons. That celestials, much like Seraphina, brought back to this world to give them a second chance to right the wrongs that they once committed. If you are who you say you are, the word Retori in Celestial means redeem. The loneliness that you feel will not vacate until you do good. And as an exorcist, there is much good despite what many believe about exorcism. For I was once an exorcisee. I don't know if that's a word. And she pulls up her arm, and you see the mark of the bell on her arm. My entire family was possessed. I was the only one to survive. I was told to serve Seraphina, but because of what happened to my family, I choose to serve. I do have something that I can give you, for it was my father's, for he was a raven as well, and an exorcist. And she leans down and she grabs this chest off the floor. She reaches it to you, hands it to you. Inside are his vestments. If you can find the key, I've tried for many years to open it. But inside I know are his vestments, and they were personally blessed by an angel.
This feels like something that I cannot take from you. This is your father.
My father is dead. You have been given a second chance. He did good and gave his life to save mine. There's someone else that you can save in return. And may you either be given new life on this world to walk as a living person, or spend eternity in euphoria. But nevertheless, Ren, though you do not believe, Seraphina and the angels believe in you. And she holds it out.
I don't really know how to thank you, but I will do my best.
Come back and tell me your stories of your adventures. And maybe the dinner at some point.
Dinner we can do.
The sun is starting to set. I think it is time for you to go. Ren, pass off.
I take her hand and I kiss it. It was a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure was all mine. She opens the door. You guys see this woman open the door, and just Ren and this woman are staring at each other, and they're smiling. And Ren's walking out carrying this chest. You turn around, they're literally all staring at you. Just like staring at you. Igor's like...
I was learning about other religions.
Mm-hmm. She a goddess in her own right. You did good, bud. You did good. You're still sweating.
I'm just smiling.
All of a sudden, through the night sky, you just hear... and a horn. You just see the market just start clearing up. And the shop's all closing up. Night watch. Fairies.
might be time we head back to the palace.
Yeah.
You guys walk into the palace, and servants there are ready to greet you, and they have these hot towels, and they're wiping you down, and they put like 8 on you. And you see Ambrose goes, did you all have a good day?
It's
Great.
really hot in your city.
It's the desert.
It is a desert, yes. Do you have any other clothes? This coat is a little heavy.
I mean, the Ravens supposed to be wearing their uniforms at all times anyway.
I have it under here.
Underwear.
Under here.
All right. Well, listen to me. Dinner is ready for you. Your captain already ate, and she left for the night. Yes. She said that. Well, yeah. And she pulls out a letter, hands it to you.
Have grain on it. Sorry. I opened the letter.
All right. You open it up and you pull it out, and you see it's Carissa's handwriting, and she goes, "Guild members. The last 48 hours have taught me a lot. My endless ignorance to think that I can keep any of you alive is something that I realize is out of reach. So I go on this mission alone, and I head into the sewers. If I do not return, Edgar, my raven, will assign itself a new captain. It will know of my passing if I do not return. Wait for me for 3 days. If I do not return, know it has been the greatest honor of my life. But my sister needs vengeance, and this evil needs stopped." Signed, Carissa Toffel.